Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers review. Today we're doing something a little bit different to celebrate our online convention. I'm doing a little bit face to face. You get to see my beautiful mug in this video. As you can see by what we have in front of us on the table, we're taking a look at Bumblebee. This is the Transcraft Bumblebee. It says on the back here, "Don't you forget about me. Don't. Oh, I did love the Bumblebee movie. I really did. For comparison, we have the Zeta Toys Bumblebee. We have the 3A Bumblebee. We've got the official Masterpiece. We've got the Transform Element version. And then we've got the Black Mamba oversized version of B as well. So nice packaging. We have foam insert, set of instructions. What have we got here? We've got a weapon shoved down that hole there. And we've also got an alternative head sculpt. Let's open up the foam. Ooh. Now this came in, ordered from Icon Store. I'll include a link in the description below. I think he's going to need a little bit of tweaking. Straight out of the box, but already I can feel there's a lot of die cast in there. I love it, don't you? That you get a figure out of the packaging and it's not ready to play with. Got to rotate the top of the arms as well because they come out facing inwards. You then can't use the bicep rotation. Now, this isn't my first Transcraft figure. The first one was Mohican, a little biker dude, or Mohawk. To be honest with you, he feels nice. He has got his kind of really plasticky sections around the torso, and holding him in hand, they do look a little bit odd because we've got lots and lots of detail, and then you've just got these kind of smooth plastic sections. But I mean, size wise, let's move him up. Let's get our biggest. This is the Transform Element version, and this is the official Bumblebee. So yeah, there's a fair bit of difference in height, but then how does he look alongside the 3AB? I mean, obviously we've got some glaring similarities there. They've done a really good job at trying to capture how that looks. I'm not a fan of these wheels on the top. Don't know if you can see that there. These sit really high up out of the box. So I'm going to have to play around with this, I think, to get those to sit lower. I think we can bring them around a bit more, like this. I think that's a little bit better, isn't it? Just really a little bit annoyed about that chest. It just doesn't quite sit right with me. Let's have a look in the instructions and see if there's anything kind of glaringly obvious in there that says, oh, you should do this as soon as it's, oh my goodness me. Right, well that's gonna, that's gonna be interesting. Oh, not the easiest to understand there, but we'll give them a go, won't we? We'll give them a go. Oh, he's not bad. He's just, I don't know. I guess I was expecting more. It's been so long. They've been teasing him for so long that I just expected him to be leaps and bounds better than, say, the transform element one. I mean, don't get me wrong, he definitely has that kind of more humanoid look to him. But at the same time, he looks a little bit lanky, like he is all legs. I mean, the 3A, obviously non-transforming. They've done a pretty decent job of just capturing his screen likeness, haven't they? But I don't know. Something just a little bit off still. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but something just doesn't quite sit right with me on it. Right, weight-wise, he weighs in at 165 grams. And we're looking at around the 7-inch mark, so that's around 18 to 19 centimeters. Articulation is pretty decent. We've got up and down on the head, we can go left and we can go right. Shoulders can come out, up. We've got a butterfly joint kind of thing going on there as well, but it is all attached to this rear wheel section. You can hold that and move this independently. There's an upper bicep rotation. There's a bend on the elbow, giving it quite a nice bend there. We've got full rotation on those wrists as well as articulated fingers. There is a waist rotation as well as an abdominal crunch, although the crunch goes backwards. Surely the crunch should go forwards. I don't know. Legs forwards, legs backwards, out to the side. Upper thigh rotation in there, albeit quite restricted. The knee can bend quite nicely. This section here is kind of automorph. So when you bend the knee, it kind of goes up and over. We have rotation and pivot on those feet. The legs are definitely much more like I was expecting, really highly detailed, and they look like the show. But I don't know, there's just the chest. I think it's just lacking something. There's something just not quite right about it. Interesting. And because he's here, there we go. That is the Mechanical Alliance Blitzwing. So that's not too bad. I think that's obviously it's meant to scale with the 3.0 version, but it's always nice to have options. Right, now we're going to try and transform this guy up, which will be interesting. The instructions are bad. I mean, like, really bad. They don't tell you actually how to do anything. So, there's not even anything in the instructions telling you how to put his arm, cannon, etc. on. I've kind of just hinged the wrist, I think. I think that's kind of how it goes. Looks like the head switch is just ball mounted, so we should just be able to flick that off. There's the new head sculpt on B. I don't understand why this chest will not tab into position. But anyway, to start off the transformation, you want to flip the head antennae down. If you've got the gun mounted, you want to remove the gun with the thumb and finger compressed, the hands are going to come in on the side here, and these are going to rotate so that the yellow section is facing inwards. These arms then rotate 90 degrees like so, so that the elbows are now on the outside. God, these joints are incredibly stiff on those upper arms. Untabbing, say untabbing, it's nowhere, not even remotely dabbed in. This tab, this is all going to lift up. The door mirrors and doors lift up, revealing that spine section. And with the torso up, you want to rotate these panels around so that this is now facing upwards. We have this hinge on the inside here. This is going to come down, and these here should lift up and slide into the center, and then the wheels can come around to the outside. So again, on this side, bring this one up, slide that into the center, and just bring the wheels around to the outside. You can then bend these arms upwards and bend the arm upwards, and this here is going to rotate on this panel like so, rotating all the way around. So this is now at the top section. We have these panel pieces here. Those are going to flip out, and those are going to flip out. The torso piece here, that's going to fully extend, so we're all the way up to the top like that. And these pieces here, those are going to rotate 180 degrees, so they're facing the opposite direction. And then this entire torso piece is going to flip around like this. So we've now got the top section of the car all clearly visible. We can extend those door panels. We've got these hip panels just above the legs. Bring the legs down, so it gives us lots of room to move those. There we go. So they're now out and visible. God, it's a floppy mess at the moment. And then where this hinge is that we just extended, that again is going to rotate around. These can actually open up, and they're going to form part of the car as well. So many panels for this car. I mean, there are quite a few. We want to compress this back section, the actual front of the car we have for B, that's going to go underneath with these sections at the back. Should, he says, be able to bend these arms so they tab in together like so. And this should, oh, he says, collapse inwards ish. So we've got the bumper section just sitting on these rear wheel arches there. So that's all tucked in nicely. We've got these front pieces on the feet, they're going to come up. These back panels on the legs are going to open. Look at all of that panels inside there. Wow, there is a lot going on there. Looks like this panel on the inside of the leg rotates up 90 degrees. So again, on this side, this is going to push out like so, expanding the insides of these legs, and we can just bring this piece out. There's these small little latches on either side. Those are just going to undo. Got these panels on the backs of the legs. We're going to rotate those around. This panel here is going to collapse, I think. Yeah, it collapses like that. That's going to rotate around, come up to this thigh section, and then the thighs themselves, they need to be squared off. We've got a hinge on the inside here. We want to rotate that hinge around, keep working the hinge, and rotate that back. There we go. So that these panels here are at the front, and there's a small tab just on the back of these legs. Those are going to line up and compress and tab in on those arms. There we go. That's a really tough peg on these feet. They do peg into the side here, but that's incredibly stiff. You want to do that on both sides, and then that top piece is going to flip down into the back of that foot. This is going to open all the way on both sides, so again bring this all the way out. Now we've got a hinge and now which allows this panel to come outwards as well. So much going on here. I'm not going to lie, this is not a fun transformation at all. Right, I think I have cracked it, I think. Let's make sure everything is tabbed in on the underside first. Make sure the arms are tabbed in where they should be. Make sure the legs are tabbed into the arms. Just hold everything into place. Come on. Right, they are all where they're meant to be. You want to unfold this wheel arch section. The feet are going to completely unfold. This is going to be the roof canopy, and as you can see here, this is all going to slide upwards. This will come out and around like so, and out and around like that. This will come up, and this is going to form the dash. This piece here is going to come out and fully extend. Then got our wheel there as well. This is going to come up and over, and the wheel flips around like so, and it's going to come up on the inside. This comes down like this, that goes in, and then this is going to come around. This would then come down, and it's just a matter of marrying up all of these tabs. Now, one of these inside wheel arches, they slide down, they're on a sliding pin. Just slide that one down so then they don't interfere with one another. And that should then allow this piece to tab. These are then going to come over, and they should interlock, he says. Just tabbing in one into the other. The wheels tab in on the underside. Keep those into position, he says. There we go. This is what I absolutely detest about these amazing designs. Yes, they are fabulous, but my goodness me, the panel forming on them are so annoying. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Transcraft Bumblebee. It rolls. That's a good start. It's not bad. It's not a terrible piece by any means, but it's just the panel forming is incredibly difficult to get everything to line up. And my cat is playing with a carrier bag just off camera, so apologies. I'm sorry about the audio throughout that. My microphone died, and there's no alert system on here at all to show me that the mic had switched off, so we had to switch over to the secondary mic on the secondary cam, and it's rubbish, so I apologise, but hopefully you got everything you needed on camera. But it's not a bad bug. Let's take a look at the old art feather gold bug to give you an idea. And we've also got jazz. Obviously these are a completely different toy line and designed to scale with different things, but it gives you an idea of how it would kind of fare. I like it. It's an okay figure. The transformation is a nightmare, really. It's just lots and lots of panels. You have to fold them all in the right way. Luckily, nothing's going to break, but there are various different ball joints where things might pop off. Underside and everything is tidy. All in all, I like A and I like B, but the process going from one to the other, that's just not fun for me. There's no door handles on the front. It's just that the panels don't represent where the actual doors would be. Ideally, you would need a line drawn down here, suggesting that this is all one door, but that doesn't actually happen. That just looks rather odd to me. Some might point out that there's only one side view mirror. That was very common back in the day. God, I really am old. We used to only have the one that would be mounted on the driver's side at the time. I think that would be on the driver's side of this. Yeah, that was a left-hand drive BEETTLE, I think, wasn't it? So yeah, but this was it was a good figure. A and B do look good. I still think that the Transform Element version is my favourite. It's a good compromise. It looks enough like the character, but at the same time, the transformation isn't a complete and utter nightmare. I've got to get it transformed again now to put it back on display. But there we go. That is the Transcraft Bumblebee. We've been waiting a long time for it. I'm sure the more we transform it, the easier it's going to get, but doesn't make it any more enjoyable. Bot mode is good, but I couldn't tab that chest in as I would like to. Not really sure what was going on there, why that wouldn't tab in properly, but it did look quite a lot like the 3A offering, albeit it does transform and it is quite a bit smaller. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry it's been something a little bit different. Wanted to try that for this Saturday, filled with different reviews and transformations, all part of a wonderful group. I will include a link in the description below where we can check out all of the other people doing their videos today. I hope you joined in with a premiere chat on this video. I should have been typing and answering any questions that you had. And once again, I'd like to thank Icon Store who sponsored this video. Until next time, for myself and the rest of the Collectables household, thanks for watching. Goodbye.